Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of So What's the Real Truth? I'm Captain Mark Stevenson.
And I'm Tamela Odom.
And we need for you to know that you're what you are and... you start first, right?
No, come on, just do it again. Let's try it again.
Okay.
This is live, so we can't do this over, but we're going to do this over.
We're going to do this, right?
Go ahead.
You're what you are and where you are because of what you allow to go into your mind. If you want to change what you are and change where you are, change what goes into your mind.
And you cannot become what you need to be by remaining where you are.
Now, if you can't take a huge step to begin with, take as big a step as you can. But take it now. That's the key. Take it now.
And you can have everything you want in life if you help enough people get to where they want in life.
And today's a brand new day, and it's yours.
I like that.
I like it too.
My day. Even though the music ran out, we did it. We got it.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Close to it. Happy New Year. I'm claiming a good New Year. How about you?
Are you? Well, wait a minute. I want to ask you a couple of things, and I know that I talk with you during the week.
Yeah.
But I was saving this question for live on the air.
Okay.
Okay? What's the best thing that happened to Camelot Odom during 2016?
Oh, I'm glad you waited because that's going to force me to think. Oh, I just thought about something. The best thing was having an opportunity to visit the White House this year. And this is something I had never really thought about doing. But with the new African American Museum in Washington, D.C., I had an opportunity to visit. So I called Congressman Davis's office. He was on before us, and I found the opportunity to visit the White House because you have to go through your congressman's office to do that. And it was a phenomenal time. It's great to see the things that you see on television when you're looking at the White House in different rooms, to actually be in those rooms. And then they have the Secret Service that are there that will give you personal information about the room. So it was a real good and personal experience. So that was really great for me.
Very good. That is really, really great. You know, I was just curious because I know that you have done quite a few things this year. You've traveled to Dubai.
I did.
And twice.
Twice.
World traveler this year.
Yeah.
So been around. So you've been able to learn some things to share with us, and I know it's very important for you to be able to have a venue. And I just want to thank you right now at the top of this show for stepping in and co-hosting and helping to deliver a message of hope to people. You really, really have done that, even though you're probably 80 to 90% totally off base and emotional. You know, I really have to.
Do y'all like these backwards comments that he's giving me? These compliments, I should say. You know, you're so great, you're so wonderful, even though you don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
you see that?
Tamela,
I'll take it though.
Look, and
take
see,
it how it comes.
That's why I've been trying to get a message out to Melody Span of WVON. You know, the station WVON to me is going downhill with some of the dinosaurs that are still on the air.
They may be watching this show though.
I don't care. I don't. This is my show. If they don't like it, they can.
Don't say what they can do. Just
if they don't like it, they can apologize to me later.
That's better. Okay.
Okay.
So then I want to pose that same question to you. So what do you feel is the milestone for 2016 when it comes to Mark Stevenson?
Well, at 60 years old,
okay,
I have two things that really comes to mind. The first one is that I started learning to let's see, reinvent myself. Okay. I just got my pilot's license, my drone pilot's license, part 107. Boy, that was a hard exam, and going back to school, especially doing it online, was no joke to go back. So I'm telling all of you folks right now that if you're in school, stay in school. The longer you stay out of school, the harder it is to return.
Yeah.
The second thing is that I found out just a week ago. Did you know that I'm still reproducing?
don't even know. Just tell me the answer. I don't even want to try.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll show you the newest.
Reproducing.
Okay. Okay. Not directly
Okay.
reproducing at
Okay.
60 years old,
Okay.
but let me show you this one.
Aw.
This is the newest member of the family,
Aw.
Nathan, my third great grandson.
Oh wow.
So I didn't. It's not my son, and it's not my grandson. It's my
Yeah.
great grandson, and so that makes me a reproducer.
Indirectly, yes.
Okay.
I'll give you that. I'll give it to you.
Isn't Nathan too cute?
He's a cutie pie. He
Absolutely.
Really, so what does he look like, his mom or his dad?
I think he looks just like his great grandfather.
I knew that was. Should have known that.
Absolutely. I mean, the genes, you know how it goes.
Yeah, I got you.
But those two things were great that happened. We lost family members and so forth. But you know, I'm looking forward to 2017, and I know that things are going to happen well with you. You know, folks, this is my accountability partner.
That's right.
How long have we been doing weekly calls?
12 years.
Now, for 12 years, Tamela Odom and I, every Tuesday morning, we talk for 30 minutes on the phone. And I'm telling you this because you need to get an accountability partner also. Someone who is not emotionally attached to you, even though I'm attached to her. But I'm not emotionally attached to her.
Yeah.
And she's able to tell me some things about myself, and she doesn't have thin skin when I tell her things about herself, like who does she think she is by holding the greatness back from the rest of us.
Well, yeah, you know, and that's one of the things I like about our Tuesday calls is that you're not afraid to challenge me, and you will also tell me sometimes you'll tell me in a nice way, and other times when you feel I need a push, you'll give me that push to keep going, do something great with your life, and not just dream so much and say you're going to do something, actually do it. So this has been great.
Well, you do the same for me. And I suggest that everyone gets, it should not be a family member or someone who will give you
you're right.
totally, I mean, well-meaning, but totally off-base criticisms of your goals. And we talk 15 minutes a piece, and I talk about what I promised I was going to do last week, and I list the things that I want to do the upcoming week. She holds me accountable to the things that I say, and vice versa. So 12 years, my God, that's
It'll be 12 years in 17. Let me clarify that. It'll be 12 years. Yes.
Wow, well, that's plenty long, long. So, you know, I'm telling you, that's what you need to do too. We have a caller, and I think you need to take this one.
Okay. Caller.
How you doing, Captain
Hello.
Mark, and the lovely and beautiful, I can't believe I forgot her name, but she is a lady and a scholar as well.
He combed her hair.
Come on now. Tamela. There you go, Joe. Tamela.
No.
The sister's wearing a natural.
Found well anyway. But I want to mention, you're talking about returning back to school. I want to talk about in terms of returning back in terms of employment. Like, a lot of you folks know I have a visual impairment, and I just got back into the labor market, and it's just a stepping stone to get back into something professional. But a lot of people these days, they are dealing with so much crap in the workforce, it's not even funny. And if you trying to go to school and trying to work, some of these places act like you are cheating on your girlfriend. And it is so much stuff you had to deal with, and you got to be able to navigate yourself through this crap that's going on. And you got to be careful to guard your mouth and what you say, because some of these places, they really have you between a rock and a hard place if you just want to try to make that little chump change.
Yeah, I believe Joe is right about that. You know, I think the goal should always be to be progressive, even where you are. And I've worked for companies in the past where they find that I'm looking to progress, and whether it's in the company or not, and they try to find a way to say, but you want the best and the brightest, and if a person does not want to be there, you let them go, you know, without any remorse behind it. And you know that they've taken some greatness from your company, and to be able to take it and move it elsewhere, and so that you can actually reproduce as a company. and get more people in.
One last comment. I want to make this one last comment. No matter what the situation is, you still try to stay motivated and you still try to keep on what you have to do. Because the minute you do something wrong, they got you. And there's an old saying, and it's so true when you work in these places, you got to watch what you're doing. You don't fatten up the frogs to feed to the snakes.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
That's
thank
a
you so
Joe-ism.
much.
I like that Joe-ism.
Right. Yeah, we appreciate you and thank you for calling in. The cream always rises to the top. So you.
I think he said something about me being intelligent. Something else he said too. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm telling you, I think that you're intelligent enough to have your own show on WVON. And I want to tell you folks, call in to WVON and tell them that Tamela Odom and Mark Stevenson needs to be on the air on WVON because I'm pretty well fed up with things like, I said it, Chat Daddy even, he's nice and
You
everything.
calling
But
names on the air, okay?
Sure,
But I still want to
sure.
say I want to remain with CAN-TV because this is an awesome opportunity. It has been for a number of years, but to expand that to radio, I think would be great. VON, come on, the two of us, right? We have a lot to talk about.
You want to talk about
Why not?
some really pertinent issues rather than a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And oh my goodness, it's just. And that's another happy day in the neighborhood. That type it just aggravates me. At any rate, I
think we have a
love
caller.
to
Let's see.
listen to WVON and CAN TV because I get information. So give me some information. I'm changing the channel. Period. Next caller.
Oh, boy.
Hello?
Welcome, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you, what was your issue with VON?
My issue with VON was that I wasn't hearing the pertinent issues of the day consistently on the radio show. So now I'm hearing things, especially in the evenings. I'm hearing a bunch of slapstick, and I'm not liking it. So I'm suggesting that Tamela Odom and Mark Stevenson be given some time on WVON to give out some pertinent information. This is the voice of reason sitting next to me, and I'm going to tell it like it is. What's your issue, sir?
Okay. I just wanted to hear what you had to say about them, that's all.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe he works for VON.
Maybe I just heard.
No, I'm retired, just living life.
Well, good.
Okay.
Enjoy. I hope you're enjoying that. Good.
I don't.
I am.
Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Tamela, there are some things that's going on in the city of Chicago. I understand 760 murders to date. Now, they didn't include the suicides, or we'd be over 800 because a lot of people just gave up.
Yeah.
And so they murdered themselves. But did you know that on 60 Minutes, McCarthy just recorded a show, and I'm talking about former Superintendent McCarthy just recorded a show, and Ursula Ivering was the reporter on this. You know that.
Can we share this?
Sure, I think so, because this is posted online from 60 Minutes of CBS, and I want to share this with the public.
You know, while you're doing that, I'm just going to say McCarthy's been making a lot of public appearances lately. I wonder why.
Well, he's not afraid to tell it like it is.
And he's still in Chicago. He did not leave Chicago for some reason.
But see, he should have told it like it is while he was the superintendent. He's partially responsible for Laquan McDonald's that video being withheld for a year. Now he's speaking on a national level about the failures of the Chicago police. He says the most alarming find was that in the last year, while Chicago's crime rate has gone up, that police activity has gone down. Do you know that police stops have decreased to the effect that by 80%? By 80%. So there's no more stop and frisk hardly at all.
Well, because people are afraid that they're going to shoot them. So maybe they're afraid that people are carrying weapons on their own, so they're probably taking precautions by not stopping people.
Well, the police are trying to protect themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because they're being filmed, everything that they do.
Now,
so they're not being the police.
No, I don't think that's the issue, because 16 shots proves they do not care about a body cam or a camera in their vehicle.
Well, right now, as a result, McCarthy says that we are reaching a state of lawlessness, right? That's what's happening, he says. Now, a former Chicago police officer, Brian Warner, says that police are holding back because of the increased scrutiny on and regulation of officers. We're talking about policing our own community. Is it time now? Because they're not doing it. They just hired 100 police. Yesterday it was on the news. 100 police, 9 of them were African American.
That's heavy.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah, where's the darker presence, so to speak, in law enforcement, especially when you go behind the prison walls? What do you see?
They're coming to police you, folks. So you better know how to police your own community. Most of you men out there are nothing more than cowards.
Wait.
Cowards. They're hiding inside. They're not going to come out and confront the youth that are hanging out in front of their own very front doors. They're not going to, they're afraid. And you don't have to be afraid of our own people. You can get out here and show them love. They're looking for your leadership.
Yeah, but you think it's a man issue? You don't think that it's the full family issue, meaning women also have a presence and should also talk to our youth? You're saying men are the cowards? I'm not saying either one are cowards, but I'm saying that I don't want to necessarily just say this is an issue that should be for men to address.
Okay. Women have their role to address this, in my opinion.
Okay.
However, the men's responsibility is to protect the home, protect the family.
Okay.
And you have to get out there. Here's what we did in my community. And I stay on 79th and St. Louis, in case you want to come and see for yourself. That's what I said. Come see for yourself. But when I moved there,
What are you telling these folks to be?
because when I moved there, there were people all over the place standing all.
If the caller want to get your exact address, that's what they call it.
I knocked on the doors of every home over there, and I talked to the men. And the women that answered the door. I said, if you don't have a man in your household, please send a man to this meeting. And I got him at the meeting there at my place. And I called them cowards to their faces, because I told them I didn't believe that we would put ourselves in a situation to let the youth run our streets and make us afraid to allow our children to play in front of the house.
Very good point.
I didn't pay all of that money for that house.
That's a good
I didn't
point.
pay all of these high taxes to hide in my house.
Good point.
And so we took back the community, and we went out there and confronted them. And I had to tell these young men, I don't walk alone. And I was surrounded by other real men.
That's awesome. And that's a great way to start it off. That's awesome.
Well, you come on over there now to 79th and St. Louis, and I guarantee you that in the summertime you'll see a bunch of kids playing on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You'll see people sitting on their porch. We don't have the problems over there because we police our own community.
That's awesome. That's
you have
great.
a caller.
Yeah, we have a caller. Caller, what do you have to say?
Are you there, caller?
Maybe not.
Okay. Well,
But I think that's great. I think that we need to see more of that in our community. Oh, our caller's back.
okay. Are you on the air, sir? Welcome
You
to...
want to hear the truth? You want to hear the truth reason why we have the problems we have in Chicago based on facts, based on the evidence? I tell you the reason why. Chicago is the distribution for the entire country for drugs. When you look, Chicago is a $3 billion drug industry. We have drugs coming here through the highways. And you should know this as well, somewhat, Captain Martin.
Drugs were always... So what? The drugs were always...
But when you got, allow me to finish, like the preacher gotta give people a chance to say amen.
Go ahead and talk.
When you got drugs coming in through the airports, the highways, and all kinds of ways, yes, you're going to have that type of trouble. And when you look at what that guy, El Chapo, where did they bust him at? Right here in Chicago. It accounts for, at the very least, 70% of the problems that we have in Chicago in terms of the violence. And that's a fact.
Solution.
The solution, one, we got to try to get people to change their behavior.
That's what we've been talking about. Changing behavior.
But I don't think it's drugs because you have people who don't like us that are on drugs.
Yes.
Go to work, they're functioning. So I don't know about that one.
I know a lot of functioning computer programmers.
Okay.
But when you paying that money out, guess what? You are contributing to the violence in Chicago. And that's a fact. That's all you want to say. That's where the source of the problem. They want to bring the current president. He is not at fault. Chicago is the distribution for the entire country for drugs. Take care.
Okay, we got your point. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Tamela, you know, this show is coming to an end, and this is the last show of the season. What are you planning for 2017?
Ooh.
What are you going to do 2017?
Glad you asked me. 2017 is going to be an awesome, dynamic year for me. I am looking to expand in some of these areas in my life that I said that I was going to do years ago. You know, some of our callers have mentioned I worked in broadcasting for a while. I want to expand that. So I want to do more podcasts, some webinars, some training seminars and such that I want to start doing online. So look forward to seeing more of that. If you already follow me on social media, you'll be able to see more of that.
How can we follow you on social media?
Well, I'm not really a social media girl like that. So I do have Twitter and such. It's Run the Race TO, which is the name of my book, Run the Race: A Guide to Successful Living. You can also find me on Facebook at Tamela Odom, or you can find me at Odom Educational Services. I want to expand on those things because, as you mentioned at the top of our show, I do know that I have something to give. Right?
You do.
And I think it's kind of selfish, right? When you just kind of hoard all that you have, it's important that you give it away.
Well, let's call Melanie Spann and let her know that she has an outlet for us to be able to give a real message to the people. And it's not going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, because it's not a happy day in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so real quick, because we only have a little bit of time. 2017 for Captain Mark Stevenson. What does that look like?
I think you said it earlier today. I'm going to rule the streets by running, by driving the cars. By land.
Yes.
And the seas by driving the boats. And now I shall become, in 2017, a full air pilot, a manned pilot that is fully licensed.
Watch out for
that's
those
gonna be
drones in the air.
It's all about reinventing ourselves.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. And I know we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
We will. And I want to see and hear about some things with our audience, our listeners, especially those who have been so faithful. Great things happening for them in 2017 as well.
Yes, absolutely. I thank you again, Tamela.
This was fun. I haven't done live TV in a long time, so I'm so thankful for this opportunity to be back on CAN TV. This is great. The new studio is awesome. And working with you is always a fun time. You never know what you're going to get on a Friday evening. So this has been great. I've been enjoying it.
Absolutely. If you want more information or want to get in touch with us, or you just didn't have the guts to call in today, do it now.
Call a blank screen.
Make sure that you call in. Make sure that you give me a call. I answer all of my calls, all of my messages, or you can email me. And if you've been gutless during the whole season about calling in on us, shame on you. We'd like to thank Ed and Lou Tarver.
Go out with a bang.
Who has been our producers, consistent to help us. Thank you. And Sylvia Snowden, part of our technical team.
Great.
Omari Nyemweya.
Get it now.
I get it. Nyemweya.
Shout out to Omari.
And of course, Michael Jacobson. We'd like to thank you all so very much for helping us. Until next season, we'll see you then.
Good night, everybody.
Mama, get the coffee ready. The kid's on his way.